Josh here. If you're ready to take full advantage of your camera, here's a tutorial video of how to go from filming from a landscape horizontal video to then a portrait vertical video. And this will give you the best resolution possible because now we don't have to crop in to then give you the short form video clips, but you are now filming with the vertical video as your priority. So here's how you can do that. First off, you will need a tripod. I like to use a Peak Design tripod because it allows me to, with this quick release plate, bring on and off the camera very quickly. All I have to do is push this down and I can insert, and then now it's stuck on there. So now from here I rotate, and a lot of tripods will have the ability to from landscape to vertical. And then if you're filming yourself, you can have the pop-up screen come out. And now at this point, before we start filming, let's go ahead and go over the video settings. Two different things you can look at here. The first one is, if you want the most basic, just turn this top dial to auto, and that'll cover it for the most part. But if you'd like to dial it in a little bit more, here's what I would recommend. So, on your dial here, switch over to the movie mode, which looks like a film strip. And then from here, on the back of the screen, there are two different options you should have it be set to. One, the shutter speed here should be set to 1/50 or 1/60. This F right here, which is your aperture, this number should be set to as small as possible. So in this case, I can turn one of these dials here and it's moving. And if you want that blurry background look, I'm gonna set mine to 2.8. And then your ISO is going to be, set that to auto. And you can either do that by moving one of the dials, or if you go into the function menu, press that FN button, you can then go ahead and select the different settings here as well. So just make sure you are at 1/50 or 1/60. Have that number, that F number, be as low as possible, and then ISO set to auto. And then from there, just make sure you have a lot of lights. So I have a few different lights. Let me show you what I'm working with here. I have one light there. My window is fully open. These are just background mood lightings, just for the sake of it. Now that I have my video settings correct, I'm gonna go ahead and hook up my mic. And so in this case, you can either A, have your shotgun mic on. So again, you put in this one on top, and make sure that you also have the plug to put on back of it. I'm editing this video real fast, and I realized that I should really just make sure that you plug in the cord, because if you don't, trust me, many times I have forgotten. If you're using a shotgun mic on top, this mic is actually really good if you're about, I'd say, 3 to 5 feet away. Any more than that, you want to maybe think about a different mic. But take the cord, plug it into where it plugs in, and make sure you use that red tab that's there. Plug that all the way in. If you have the Sony A7C, just make sure that it has the mic icon or it has a red button around it for your camera. So what I'll do is I'll put this on. I will flip out the camera. Let's take off the lens cap so you can see what I'm working with, and I'll just flip the screen. I know you're not really going to be able to see it, but that's okay. If you are using a DJI mic, which I would highly suggest, so if you have this mic here and you got this one, open this guy up, turn on the receiver. You should have it light up. I like to have the touchscreen facing me so I can make sure that I can see the levels go up and down as I'm talking. Take out one of the receivers if you're just filming solo. Turn that on as well. And so then I'll go ahead and I can clip this onto my lapel here, or if you want to be a little more discreet, flip it upside down. If you are not using a shotgun mic and are on the DJI mic, after you turn this puppy on, take the cord, there's an out button, use this to the out, and then plug that into the mic. Just make sure you're on, and make sure that you can see levels on here. If you can't see levels onto that green tab, then it's not picking up audio. Hope that helps. And then from here I can just press record and start filming. Alternatively, If instead you wanted to use the Shure MV7, I know that if we are on a video call, a lot of times this mic sounds like the radio podcast mic and you want to be able to use this too. Here's what you have to do. In order to get the audio from this mic directly into the SD card as you record, you will need to plug it into USB power. So here's what I mean. Right now, nothing is plugged in and the lights are off. I'm going to plug this end, this USB, into it. And now I plug this other end into my phone, and I actually opened up the voice recorder app. So by opening up the voice recorder app and then actually pressing record on my phone, that should send power to the mic, and now you'll see that the lights have turned on, which means that we can now record audio with this. And so right now, you'll see that as I'm talking, the levels on the phone are getting higher. The orange just means that you are on the headphone setting. So if you just press this button here, it'll turn green and you're good to go. Now, you want to get the sound from the mic, not into the phone, but also into the camera as well. So how do you do that? So you have to MacGyver this a little bit. I'm going to take a long auxiliary cable, so aux cable as if you were to plug in your headphones, and I have linked one down below as well. But you take this side here, and I'm gonna plug this into on the headphone out jack. So now once I plug it into the headphone out jack, you'll notice that there are 2 cords now plugged in. I take the other end of the cord, and this end of the cord I'm gonna plug in into my headphone jack. So from here, I'm gonna plug this into my headphone jack, and now I will also have the audio from the Shure mic into the camera as I record. If I'm recording on this camera here, and I wanna make just vertical video content, I can have this on the phone next to me, and now I'm talking to the camera, but the sound is coming from the mic into the camera, and I can now record my videos as I'm using this. Now you can either have it on this, or you can have it on a stand. I would prefer you to have a stand like this for the mic, so that way it can kind of be off shot. And then you can get that really cool podcast looking setup. And we can cut this out, so it'll just show this frame here. Now just make sure, obviously, you gotta press record on your camera, and then you're all set. Boom, and this is how you can get a vertical video with the Shure mic, or really any mic that you wanna plug into. The best thing for you to do is just try it out. Play with the camera, better understand the settings, and look at the videos that you're making, so that way the videos that you're getting from your camera ends up being higher quality that we can go ahead and use to film and edit for. But if you found this helpful, feel free to share this. This is just tips on how to film better videos. So I hope this helps you. I hope this helps somebody else. And if you have any questions, let me know below or shoot me a text and I'll talk to you all soon.